Hey, howdy, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Ark Villa found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. Normally I would say, hey, howdy, it's me with my right hand, but I gotta be doing that a lot more slowly now. I've had shoulder surgery, that's right, say that 3 times fast. No, I won't. Say it 3 times fast. Anyway, so there you go. Why are you sitting there? You don't have a sling on or anything. When did it happen? Well, nobody knows anything. I'm barely awake yet from the surgery, which happened Thursday. That's right. Thursday, went in at 11:45, and it was it's about 3 hours in the place, I think. And I just had no plans of how to present this. So, but I have some records. So that's good too. So it's hurty. I had a sling on yesterday. There's some like, well, you need a sling. You don't need a sling. We'll give you a sling. Do you have your own sling? I'm like, do I need a sling? I could have ordered a sling. I finally did order a sling because I figured I'm going to be mowing the lawn, doing something. I'm going to have to restrain the shoulder. But it's like I said, Thursday afternoon, Friday yesterday. Wore it, and I did a lot. I did a lot of arm movement yesterday. Now, so they put you in a room, and the machine doesn't work, and it keeps beeping red. And they said, "No, it's not you. It's just the machine. You're okay." Well, the thing's flatlining. I'm beeping all the time. No, it's just the machine's just fickle. Don't worry about it. And then they send the anesthetist in, and so there's a nerve block. What's that? Well, they got to shoot something in you while you're in the room, even before you go into the surgery room. So you got an IV in you, and they pump in some kind of solution to just like, he said, it'll feel like you had a few drinks. I'm like, wow, yeah, like about 6 Bud Light Limes without feeling like bloated, you know. And that was so good. I felt good. And then there's this big machine, and they're talking about a nerve block and a needle. I'm like, oh. By the time they put the other stuff in, I didn't care. So they did that, and the machine was gone, and I like, oh, I must have just kind of slept through it, through that part. So whatever they shot into my shoulder, and I wasn't. Then my friend Raymond, he helped me out big time. He came in and talked to me for a while, and they said, "You want to see the surgery?" And Raymond was like, "No, I go out for a cup of coffee rather. Get a cup of coffee." So he went away, and they took me into the room. And there were like all these people. And I only met the doc. I was with the doctor in his office like for 10 minutes. I didn't even see him in the surgery room. And there were people running around like, you know. And they put the mask on me. Hey, you're probably going to get sleepy now. And that was the end of it. Didn't even see the surgeon. Say hello to the surgeon. And I woke up in the recovery thing, and a little bit shaky coming out of it. A little bit fluttery, and and that's the thing. Earlier, right, the day before, I get a phone call, a robot call from the pharmacist that says, "Hey, you got something." I think it's for my wife. Am I calling her? No, I don't have anything. Maybe it's for you. I'm like, how can it be for me? I didn't. Nobody said anything to me. So I call them up. Yeah, it's for you. So I go down. I said, "What is it? I don't even know what I'm getting." Anti-nausea medicine. I'm like, well, I'm thinking, what do I need that for? And I didn't need it. But it was prescribed, and I guess people sometimes become nauseous. I never thought I would be nauseous, and I never was. So anyway, I got that. But then when you're finished, and you got to go, they make somebody drive for you, right? So it's my buddy Raymond had to go pick up a prescription, and so it's a paper prescription, OxyContin, right? Like Percocet. You know, the most hated drug in America. So I can't go in to pick it up, right? So he goes in and comes out, well, they want your social security number. We're going to have to drive around. So we drive around, and I'm like, you know, they've already given me 2 of them, right? And I said, you need the last four digits, the whole number. So I give them the whole number in their drive-through. And, you know, they check on my address and all that. So, but I wouldn't have been able to. It would have been extremely uncomfortable without that. But I'm kind of actually halfway through the bottle weaning myself off it. or going downtown and looking for some more. No, I'll take a few more. It's been over 4 hours now, and it kind of hurts. So if I was going to like lay down to sleep, if I'm just doing stuff, it's okay. But if I was asleep, then you kind of notice that you want one to help you kind of go to sleep. Anyway, that's that. So the sling, I wore the sling for one, the cheap sling. And I went to, the next day, here's the thing that they didn't tell you. So I come home and I got my arm in a sling, and they give you this machine, which I meant to bring down. I didn't do it. It's a little plastic thing with balls in it. Because, oh, you could get the flu, and they make you put on a compression sock so you don't have blood clots, and you're supposed to breathe, suck the balls in, and like that. It's just, well, there's 3 balls, and you suck, and they go up in the little plastic thing. It's to measure your, fine, everything's fine. But I was only able to get one, because, my voice was so raspy from the tube, I guess they put down there. Just hoarse, really hoarse. Could only breathe one up, and I had that big clog, congestion down here, and like, can't. So I like walked for an hour. Even the day after surgery, I came home and I walked on my back porch for an hour trying to cough up it. So I did that, and the arm in a sling, and so okay. The next day, so right. So but then the thing of it is, the nerve blocker, I could push down with my hand, force. I could make some force inside the sling, but there was nothing I could do to make my arm do anything else, like lift at all. Like I was kind of, all the way there. I get up the next morning and same thing, and I got to go to this physical therapy thing, right? And so, my appointment was like at 11:45. So I laid down and took a nap. I got up and I could move my arm again, just like that. So it was 12 to 24 hours, almost right on the dot. So I get to therapy and I'm fine. I can move my arm and do all sorts of things. It was really bizarre. So there's these really, really simple sheet of motions that you do, and I'm kind of like it's just so simple after doing, going to the gym and do all this other stuff. It's kind of like, yeah, right. But, I was doing them this morning, twice a day, doing them this morning, and I could feel that they're, beneficial. So the therapy I wasn't too sure of, because like 15%, insurance pays for everything, but 15%, well, what is that going to be? They don't tell you. They just like to send you bills and keep sending you bills for the same thing. Like, didn't I just pay for this? So we'll stick with that for a while. Because I'm going to mow the lawn. I'm going to have to do stuff. Anyway, so anyway, there you go. That's the end of the story. Survived it. The shoulder didn't swell up. I never iced it. Swell up. I figured out how to take a shower without getting the stitches wet. I got to go back and have them taken out, I guess, in a few days. Not supposed to get them wet. So it's a little bit black and blue. I can't really lift my arm. I have to, this is the medication's all but worn off right now, So if I was on took one up and took another one of those, I'd probably be able to do a little bit more. So it's feeling a little stiff, which I think is a good thing. Or rather than hurting, it's more of a stiffness and a hurty stiffness. Anyway, go right to the records. We've probably taken up enough time with that. Found some good ones. I was waiting for some gospel records to come, so Greg will put the gospel records in the stack when they come. Wanted to make a video before everything slipped my mind on the surgery story, so there you go. So that's why I'm here. Need something to do. And found some good records. I stopped the day before. I tried to do everything. The last thing in the world, what would that be? Stop at a record store, so I did that. Riding High with the Sabres. Here's a really fun record cover. The Sabres on a fake horse. Sabres on his horse. What do they do? The Thrill is Gone, Lisa, Love Nest, Jezebel, My Shaw. What's the date on it? It's RCA, 1957, the Sabres. Luna's been good all day until just right now. I don't know what she's up to, but I can hear her running around. You can probably hear it too. This looks like it's at least a great cover. Where's it out of? Alabama. It's Mustang Mobile Homes presents The Messengers. Now, are the Messengers being, backed by the mobile home company? They must be. There's a story on the back here. I'm not going to figure it out. but it's a terrific cover, gospel cover. And it'll be interesting to figure the story out. Ow, 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 ow. Best plucking in town. Those two came from eBay. This came from the record store. Best plucking in town. It's 4 guitarists: Barney Kessel, Grant Green, Mun Del Lowe, and Oscar Moore. Together, a quartet of great guitar stylists, dedicated to jazz through sounds. It's probably going to be a jazz record. Looks like fun. This is a great cover. I had to spend a couple of dollars on some of these records, but this looks like fun. 2-Beat Mozart, Claude Bolling Sextet, combining Mozart and Dixieland jazz together, right? Had to have it. It's a woman in a devil's costume up here, right there. Why? I don't know. I don't exactly know why. But that could be fun. I don't think it's even going to be the one I'll feature a sample from, but I'm sure it'll be good. This is a terrific cover. A fun find. Jazz Wave, Med Flory. Got the wavy stuff going on, and the cheesecakey woman. What did I do? Jazz Wave, Davy Jones, Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, Somebody Rocking My Dreamboats, Low Boat to China, Sea Chase. Getting a lot of reflection today. Unwanted reflection from my studio lighting. Ernstkin Hawkins Quintet, another terrific cover. Jazz record. Deep Purple, Hawking Around, Blue Embers, Birthplace of the Blues Cherry, Midnight Stroll. Nice. I know one of you out there in Manic Mark YouTube land will want me to feature something from this. Charlie Ventura, It's All Bop to Me, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'll just have to send you the sound file. Interesting looking cover. What's the date on it? 1955. Bebop, Charlie Ventura, jazz. From the Dollar Bin, it's the Anita Kerr Singers, an Anita Kerr album I don't have. She's really just made, she was just so busy, this woman, Anita Kerr, as a creative, a singer and a producer and arranger and everything. She did everything. That'll be fun. It'll be fun. And I like the style, the vocal style she presents on her albums. Werner Mueller, Strings on Fire. There's all your favorites on here. Fresney, Tico Tico, Perdido, Tango Caballero, and some others that I would probably be better off I didn't try to pronounce them. And this should be last and not least, but it's not last and not least because there's even a better one, maybe, but this is the best cover of the stack. And it was fun to be able to find this. And I've got some other ones, but they're like reissues, but this is an original from 1955. It's a Jim Flora cover, a really terrific cover, a really nice piece of art, 1955. Redskin Romp, Charlie Barnett. You know, he had another album cover where he's dressed up as an Indian. 1955, but this one is all done in really an incredible art style. I really like his style, and he's quite popular. He's collectible. Just the album covers are collectible because of that guy's style. And last but not least, last but not least, it's maybe what I'm going to feature. Who knows? Sounds good. It's music from Out of Space, Pete Rugolo, with titles like Stereo Spaceman, Snowfall. Snowfall's a fun song. It's I don't know if he wrote it, not sure, probably not, but I like it. I've heard it 2 or 3 times on 2 or 3 different albums with other people doing it. The Boy Next Door, Ballad for Drums, Dream of You. So this, I could almost like did that with my arm. Oh, that would be a mistake. Anyway, feels like it's time for another one of those OxyContin things. Enjoy them while you got them. Right? Right. Anyway, why is it there? Never mind. Just a mindless thing there. Okay, well, it's all mindless, right? So what else? Is that it? Is that the end of the video? I'll just chop it off at any time, but I might just sit here for a moment. and think. We took Luna to her dog class today. She did really well. There's comm training. There's a lot of comm training going on still. Doing much. She's just really excited. She gets really excited, but now it's like controlled excitement. Never mind, turn it off. Okay, just get up and go do your thing, right? Listen to some records. That'll be fun. And I can type. That's a good thing. I can block records still. Between going to the mouse and the keyboard, it's like, oh, I got to lift my hand up and move it back and forth. Anyway, never mind. Just turn the thing off and go upstairs. Good idea. Which hand will you want to turn off with? Let's just be brave and turn it off with the right hand. Oh my God, that hurts.
In Vermont, I see finger waves, ski trails on a mountainside, snow light in Vermont, telegraph cables, they sing down the highway and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening summer breeze, warbling of a meadowlark, moonlight in Vermont. Telegraph cables, they sing down the highway and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening summer breeze, warbling of a meadowlark, moonlight in Vermont. You and I and moonlight